Hey, everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Advocate Information Highway. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have a great topic for today's show in which it is topics of discussions that can and cannot be taught in schools, meaning high schools. Okay, now this is in two parts, just to let you guys know. Okay, now the first part is Florida House Republicans advance bill to forbid discussions of sexual orientation and gender identity in schools, meaning in high schools. And the second part is there's a bill being passed in Florida to make financial literacy class a prerequisite in schools. Now, again, this is in high schools, okay, that we're talking about. Just so I wanted to be clear. All right. So now let's get into the first part of this. Florida House Republicans advance a bill to forbid discussions of sexual orientation and gender identity in schools, meaning high schools. Now, this is I've always said before, and I'll say it again. High schools are to prepare kids for the real world and for college. Okay. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, in high schools, kids, face many reality things, such as like peer pressure, sex, drugs, all these things. These are where they really face it, or where they start to really face it. Okay, these are important topics for kids to learn. And there's a poll was taken in which parents have difficulty with discussing two things with their kids: sex and money. Those are the two topics that parents have difficulty in talking about with their kids. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, if parents are not going to face these topics and discuss these topics with their kids, then the schools are going to do it. Because if parents think that they're going to put a bubble around their kids and to prevent their kids from facing these important topics, guess what? It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. No matter what, your kids are going to be faced with these topics. So if you as the parent are going to, turn the other way, turn the other cheek, and stick your fingers in your ears and go la 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 la. I'm not going to discuss these topics with my kids. La 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 la. If you're going to be like that, then you know what? Your kids are going to face a harsh reality when it comes to facing these topics when they're in high school. Because guess what? They're going to face it no matter what you try to do. And then you as a parent have really no right to be mad at the schools, the teachers, and the staff when they're trying to teach the kids about these important topics. And then because I hear so many parents saying, you have no right to teach our kids about these sort of topics. That's a topic should be taught at home. Or if we're going to teach these topics to our kids, we want to be a part of their education when these kids are being taught this. Really? Now all of a sudden you pull your brains out of your asses and you want to be a fucking parent? Now you want to be a fucking parent? Really? How about being a parent from day one? Seriously. Honestly. And then you have so many parents that when they say that they want to, be open-minded and have these discussions with their kids, so many of these parents, if their kids come out as being gay, their parents get all pissed off and then they disown their children if they kick their minor kids to the street if the kids come out as gay, you know, or what, seriously, honestly, the nonsense has to stop. Seriously. You don't kick your kids out to the street, or you disown them and have nothing to do with them if they come out of the closet. Honestly, you didn't fail as a parent if your kid comes out of the closet. You know, if your kid gets up enough courage to come up to you and to talk about their sexuality, if they come out of the closet to you, that takes a lot of courage for the kids to do. And for parents who don't embrace their kids and love their kids for who they are, and if you kick your kids out to the street just because they come out of the closet, that's when you failed as a parent. All right. Now, since we're on this topic as well, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these parents who don't want the topics of sexual orientation or gender identity to be discussed or taught in classes in high schools, a lot of those same parents are the ones that go around saying that we want the Bible to be taught in every single high school, including in public high schools. Discussions of topics of sexual orientation or gender identity be taught in high schools. You got a problem with that, but you have no problem. You want the Bible to be taught in all high schools, which meaning also in public high schools, they want the Bible to be taught in. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the youngest out of 5 kids, okay? And out of all 5 of us, 3 of us went to public high schools. Okay, we went to a public high school. And there's many reasons why kids go to public schools. Okay. And one of those reasons is to get away from religion be thrown in our faces 24 hours, 7 days a week. Because before we went to high school, all 5 of us kids went to a Catholic elementary school. And for 8 years, the Bible was thrown in our faces. Okay. So once we graduated elementary school and we had the option of going to high school, and 3 of us chose a public high school. And again, there's many different reasons why people choose to go to a public school, right? And one of those reasons is to get away from religion. Okay. And let me tell you something. When you're in a public school, the real world is thrown in your face. Reality is thrown in your face. And that's important to learn. That's your real education right there. Okay. Now, so for all these parents that want the Bible to be taught in all schools, including public schools, you should really accept to be having discussions of sexual orientation and gender identity to be also taught in schools. Really, otherwise you're a hypocrite. And since we're on this part of the topic, if you really want the Bible to be taught in public schools and high schools and stuff like that, and, how about adding in one other topic to that? How about adding in that for decades and decades and decades, priests got away with molesting little children? Honestly. But you don't want to talk about that because many of them are saying, no. We stick our fingers in our ears and go, la, 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 la. When it comes to topics like that, we don't want to face that. No. We turn away from that. No. We don't want to face that. No. And then also to realize one other thing. When you're in public schools, the kids face all different types of religions and ethnicities and stuff like that. So for the Bible to be taught in public schools, no, because that's against many other religions and cultures. Excuse me, sorry about that. And you know, seriously, seriously. So, and it's important to learn about other cultures and religions and stuff like that, especially in today's society. You know, because even many big corporations, you have people that are owners of major corporations, and people that are of higher administrations of big corporations that are of different religions and ethnicities, and it's important to accept that, and in order to accept it, you have to understand that. So, but anyways, let's get into the second part of this topic now. There's a bill being passed in Florida to make financial literacy class a prerequisite in high schools. This I'm for. This I'm all for. Now, also growing up, all of us kids, all five of us kids, we were taught at a very young age about the importance of saving money and stuff like that, in which our mother uh, taught us at a very young age about opening up a checking account and savings account and stuff like that. So we learned at a very, very young age the importance of this. But in today's society, parents don't do that. And this is also very important for kids to learn while they're in high school, because again, high school is to prepare kids for the real world, including college and stuff like that. And this is important for them to learn, but a lot of parents don't want to be parents, and they don't want to teach their kids about this stuff. So if the parents are not going to do it, the schools are going to do it. Okay. And in this course, if they are to have this financial literacy class taught as a prerequisite in high schools, within this course, they learn about opening up a savings account, checking account. They learn about filling out like loan forms and stuff like that, including online and everything like that. So these are very important topics to learn, especially when you're in high school. All right. The parents don't want to do it. And then, they don't want to face these important topics, and they turn the other cheek from doing it. So if the parents are not going to do it, the schools are. The schools are, because it's important to teach these kids about these things. So and then you have so-called parents that get mad if the schools are teaching their kids about these important topics, and then all of a sudden you get parents saying, these are the topics that should be taught at home. Well, you're right. That should have been taught at home from a long time ago, but you didn't want to do it. You didn't want to be parents, but all of a sudden you want to step up and be parents now? Well, all of a sudden. Oh, and then they'll turn around, and the parents will turn around and say, well, if you're going to teach our kids these sort of topics, we want to be involved in their education. All of a sudden, you want to be parents now? All of a sudden, really? How about being a parent from day one? How about being involved in their education from day one? How about doing that? Seriously. And my producers are whispering in my ear right now for me to calm down. So, okay, bosses, I'm calming down. So, but anyways, these are important topics for kids to learn, especially when they're in high school, because again, high school is to prepare kids for the real world, including college. So, anyways, but so again, I'm all for this financial literacy class to be taught in high schools as a prerequisite. It's very important. I'm all for it. It's great. And but anyways, I want to remind all my fans out there about the business that my husband and I have together called AWLDNY. And the link to there is awldny.com. And you guys could check out all the items on there. And all the items that you see on there, we actually make ourselves. So just to let you guys know that. Also, I want to remind all my fans out there about my other business, my other website that I have called Advocate Information Highway. And the link to there is AIHNY.com. And you guys could check out all the pages on there. You could check out all the changes that I've made to the website and the improvements that I've done to the website. So you guys could check out all of that. On the homepage of the website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the link to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which I designed a lot of products, and they're up for sale on there. Also, on the homepage of my website of Advocate Information Highway, you will see the links to the 2 books that I wrote. And if you guys follow those links, if you guys click on those links, you guys could check out both of my books, and you guys can also purchase both of my books as well. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.